All right, everybody. So here's the SmartMusic tutorial. So you would just go to smartmusic.com and then eventually you'll have login credentials that you'll create. You'll need to make sure to save that stuff, by the way, your username and your password, because once you create that stuff, we cannot retrieve your password. That is all up to you since you create it. So make sure it's something that you can remember. Now, here's the home page. To get to the home page, there's multiple ways you can do that. You can click on the little house in the top left corner. You can also click home in the top right hand corner, or open up the waffle, and there's your home button as well. Now the main feature you're going to be utilizing here is the Find Music. So we'll start with something for the beginners first. Beginners, you guys are playing out of Essential Elements. So you can just type in Essential Elements into the search bar. And there it is, book number 1. So you'll open it up. Maybe. There we go. You can't assign anything. I have this button because I am doing this all from a teacher account. But you open it. Now you might have this for some reason. It's defaulted to clarinet. So if you're not a clarinet player, you'll need to make sure to be able to change that. Now, the way I figured it out was clicking the loopy arrow. That lets you choose any instrument. It just resets. But we'll go ahead and stay on clarinet, since clarinet is the greatest and most superior instrument of them all. Yep. And let's pick a song. This one's a tricky one. So let's say we want to practice High School Cadets. Again, if you accidentally click something wrong and you want to reset, you can click the loopy arrow and reselect your music. Once you've got the right part, the right song, you're in the right book, then you can open it. It'll load your screen. And here we have it. So there's a couple things here across the top. This is going to be basically your main page, is the tracks. You have 3 different kind of tracks. You have your accompaniment track, the part track, which is the actual clarinet part, or the flute part, or the trumpet part, or whatever instrument you play. And then you have your metronome track. Metronome track pretty much needs to stay on all the time. That's why it's defaulted to the on position. I would go ahead and turn on your subdivisions. Now let's talk about accompaniment. Accompaniment is a backup track. You want to go ahead and turn that down a little bit, about halfway. If you'd like to have your part playing so that it simulates the experience of having your teacher play alongside you, then you would turn on my part. And that would be the closest thing to having me or Mr. Thomas in the room with you playing, because it will play exactly what is on the page on a MIDI clarinet part, or a tuba part, or a trombone. It'll have some digital instrument sound. So let's go ahead and play it with the accompaniment and my part turned on, maybe just a little bit lower so my speakers don't explode. And let's change the metronome a little bit so it's at 81. We can bring it down to an even 80. This is the number of count-offs. It's set to 3 right now since we have a pickup set of eighth notes. So it's basically going to be counting us off 1, 2, 1, 2, te for those pickups. So that's why that's set to 3. You could set it to, 8, or if you want to set it to 4 because that's what you're used to, you can do that. You can adjust how many beats you get for counting off before the song actually starts. But we're going to go ahead and leave it at 3. And here we go.